I just haven't had enough water laying around to fill this thing up to see if the pigs have sealed it for me. I'm confident they would for sure eventually, but monsoon season is right around the corner. Did you know if you buy a green tea mug, you don't have to drink green tea out of it? I dare you guys to try out my herbal tea blends. There's a money back guarantee on my website and Amazon. I'm going to let them continue to do their thing over here, because no matter what, if the driveway were to get a lot of rain, it'd just go in here and it can head down the swell to the pond. But I don't want to risk missing the opportunity to fill this pond with water as soon as possible. I went ahead and ordered a 20-foot by 30-foot vinyl liner for the pond. Some pretty awesome homesteaders came out and purchased my 24-volt solar system. And while I was working on the root cellar, I had a pretty cool idea. With the rain harvesting surface that I already have on the homestead, I'm capable of collecting about 10,000 gallons of rainwater annually. Problem is, I only have 2,000 gallons worth of storage, so I need to get some cisterns, and cisterns are expensive. They're about they're about $1 a gallon. So if you had 1,000-gallon cistern, it'd be about $1,000. And I need to come up with at least 10,000 gallons worth of storage. I've seen a few homesteaders build their own cistern in a fairly complex way, and I thought maybe I could do it even in a more simple way. This is my geothermal greenhouse, which is currently about 4 or 5 feet deep. Finally have potatoes and other crops coming up in here, by the way. A bunch of sprouts for snap peas on this side. My point is, because of my climate and the caliche and the soil, if you see, I've had this geothermal here for 1.5 years, and it hasn't collapsed in at all whatsoever, and it's probably never going to. In fact, we had the heaviest monsoon season in about a decade, and not a drop of water got in here. So imagine if I was to take a vinyl liner and line this entire area, and I could build it up. I could take the tarp over the mound, throw logs across it, place another tarp over the top, cover the edges with sand. It would be sealed completely, and I could make a manhole to enter just in case I needed to get down into the water cistern. At first I thought I could do sandbag walls, but then I got to thinking about the geothermal and thought, why? This would be the very most affordable way, a really easy way to do this, and I could bring my system up upwards over that 10,000 gallons. If you included the water that I could put into the pond, I would be able to do around 13,000 gallons, and that water would be good for, feeding or watering the livestock or growing fish or something like that, and a great emergency backup. I've never seen anybody do this before, and I did look online a little bit. There was the Homestead Anomics guy or whatever, and he harvested rain on a billboard, vinyl, and that's fine. They do line ponds and cisterns with vinyl, so the material should be fine. I plan to bury it and cover it completely, so it shouldn't be damaged very easily. Should last at least a decade. And I've never seen someone build a cistern like this, but I think it should work, and hopefully it does, because the tarps weren't cheap, and I've got them all on the way. Enough to build two. I'm going to do 2 cisterns that are 6 feet wide, 16 feet long, 6 feet deep, which will be about 3,600 gallons each. And then there's the pond, which is over 5,000 gallons. And then I've already got 2,000 gallons. So that'll make me capable of harvesting all of that water. And then from there, when I'm ready, I can expand on my harvesting surface. But at this point, even with the gardens, how I tripled the garden and everything, there's no way I'm using more than that amount of water right now. So that would put me, if I can grow all my own fruit and vegetables, I've already got the meat, and if I harvest all that rainwater, that'll put me completely sustainable for food, water, and shelter, including the water and feed for the animals. Well, at least the water to create the feed, and we'll see about if I can create enough feed for the animals. But we're getting really close, and that would be That would be if I used 30 gallons a day, which for the, you know, the average home in the city is not a lot, but for me that's a ton. This last year I never used more than 10 gallons a day. I have a waterer. I don't know if it counts the gallons, but I would like to go through a couple weeks and just make sure that I use that attachment for all the water I use around the homestead, and really zero in on exactly how much water I'm going through every week. Needless to say, lucky me, I'll be digging some more holes even larger than this one. And I also purchased a tarp so that once I finish building this, I can put a tarp and completely wrap it, and then it'll have its manhole. That way no water can get in, even though water's really not going to be an issue with this root cellar. There's never been any water that accumulated right here, and with buildup on the sides, it'll drain just fine. If you think I'm crazy, leave a comment below and let me know why. And, well, we'll keep working around the homestead. I'll catch you guys on the next one.